Yo, welcome back. Today I kind of just wanted to go over some of the trades I did take recently. Today is Tuesday, pre-London session. Um, right, so I did take a couple L's this week. Last week I ended off the week with profit. I think we were up about 3% for that week. And then coming into this week, I'll kind of go over some of the trades I took and explain why I took them, and why I wasn't able to capitalize some profit on them, and why they hit stop loss. But overall, I took two trades that probably shouldn't have, and I want to hold myself accountable at that point because I know right from wrong. um, and it kind of cost me, but not too much, but it cost me what it shouldn't have cost me, if that makes sense. It cost me trades, percentages that, shouldn't have been marked up, um, you know, within the weekly basis. But I'll kind of go over that with you guys and, kind of go over the trade setups. Okay. So starting with US 30, uh, right? I kind of backed up and looked at kind of the overall prediction of direction of the market. So right, we were just making lows, highs, lower lows. This potentially could have been a higher high right up here. So I was looking for price to come lower. Um, let's see. I want to say around this area. Okay, it was around 11. Yeah, I would say 11 in the morning at that. So we get a reaction off the daily support, right? Or supply, right? And then so we break down below. So internally, we're respecting this supply zone, okay? Right, we're respecting it. Price took highs at two levels, internal highs at two levels, as you can see right here and right here. And then we push below. Okay, right here I marked up a zone which price did break. I wanted to see price continue up, but it wasn't able to give me that. It actually just broke down, so I took an L with the buy position going to the upside, right? So that wasn't me looking at complete market structure and seeing the reason why I took the L until after I took the L. So it made sense, right? And so I ended up seeing the price broke below, and we're gonna get a retest. I didn't see price wanting to come back at this area just because we're reacting off the daily zone or even weekly zone, right? Okay, weekly just freaking like it's pushing. So right now, let's see. I want to say I got in around this area with a stop loss right above this high. And I wanted to target this low down here. I think it was this high, right? That I got up. Yeah, it was somewhere around here. We were in profit for a bit. Price came down. So I was good. And then coming up London session, right up in this area. I did believe these were just gonna get taken out after price broke this level and closed on the 4-hour. Let's see on the daily. On the daily, it closes what? So price broke and closed on the daily. So I was seeing as this, kind of gonna be a resistance area. So I wanted to see price come below, have this area as resistance. So I held the trade. Let's see what happens. Price pushes up, and right now it's a New York session. So it pushes up to my break even, and then it completely shot up around 5 p.m. from market open. So I honestly just got out right after this candle. I got out right after that big push. The reason being is I felt like I could get a better entry, and I want to cut my loss short, even if it pushed up. If price came back down, I'd rather cut my loss short, get into another better position with a higher risk to reward. So I went ahead and closed this for a loss right when price came up. This is where current price is at right now. So we're getting a good reaction off this area. What I do want to see is price break below this low. I want to see price break and close below that low, come back up into this supply area, and then I want price to give me a confirmation to the downside that it's gonna go below, and I'm gonna take it to these lows right here, because I do see price potentially going lower, but that was on US 30. Okay, let's do GBP USD. So I got in GBP USD down here for a 1 to 5. If I held it, that risk to reward would have been awesome. Let's see, we were right here in the morning for New York session. So on the daily, I wanted to see these highs get swept, right? Okay. So let's see. So around London session, right? Around London session, this is what price gave me. Honestly, I should have listened to my bias, because overall what I had what I had is that Asian session low did pull liquidity, but I know that was a fake out, and price wants to come below. In my markup, I had this marked up for a buy, right? Just put my stop a little room to go higher, because I did want to see this past high get taken out and to push up more. The reason why is because GU is just so bullish. I believed it could have pushed more. Okay, so I didn't end up doing that. What I did is, for London session, I seen, what candle was it? I seen this candle. Okay, and I was thinking to myself, okay, price could take this high, previous high, right? And it did not do that. Price did not do that. Instead, I got in for a buy right here, stop loss right here, and I targeted for a 1 to 5, 1.5, 1 to 1.5 R. So what I wanted to see is price come right into this area and to continue push higher. Instead, what I got was a straight bearish price action to hit my stop loss. And then it was 7, I want to say it was 11 in the morning. No, it was actually, yeah, no, it was 10 in the morning, right? I woke up and I seen that price hit my areas that I marked first, right, to take this Asian session low, this fake out, right? Price to grab the liquidity and to push higher, right? Because price is just so bullish that I do want to see this high get taken out. There's no reason why I want to see this come down, right? It's just too high in the supply, right? And little do I know, I wake up, I put in another buy and then for stop loss at the low to target up here for at least 1 or 3, right? And then completely just got stopped out. That was already 2 losses that I could have avoided, right? I could have avoided that. So I don't get in to around 1, 2 p.m. I think around 1:30, I took a step back and I looked at the market, and I was seeing some news on this, and I guess it was saying, people were trading double topped or whatever. I don't trade that. Uh, but I seen it as kind of a supply zone, right? And what I wanted to see is what if price came down here, gave a reaction to go higher, right? So I ended up getting scaling in the position right down here, stop loss around, what was it, right here. And if I go to the 4-hour, I know there's a lot of volume within these 3 candles right here. So I know there's money sitting there, right? There's money sitting here, and I know price wants to come back down, potentially to go back up, right? So I seen that, and I was like, what if, I mean, maybe I could catch a 1-on-1 or 1.5, a 1 to 1.5 risk to reward. So I get in, right? It's a little resistance area, price taps, and then I wanted to see it fall to push higher, right? So I get in, and price, hit me for my CP. So, I'm up 1.5% after that. So technically I'm down 0.5% for GBP USD. Okay. Now let's go to, this is actually looking good. I'm in this trade currently. So let me go ahead and let's go ahead and hide this position. Let's hide this and go ahead and just take this out. So market was around, what was it? It was around, right, London session. Okay, so London session, same thing with London session. USD JPY, I wanted to see these lows get taken out, right? Because I really don't see no demand, especially after this internal price action is giving me bearish momentum. Okay, so I marked this up. I marked this low as a breaker structure, and mind you, this right here was actually falling within the Asian session. Okay, so around, let me see what time it was. It was about 1 p.m. I can't remember what time I got in. I think it was 2. It was around 2, but I remember marking this resistance area for price to push lower, right? So I marked this resistance area for price to push lower, and this is basically kind of the trade I wanted to get. I wanted to, price to take out the lows and then, get me for a 1 or 2. All right, the previous lows, I'm, trying to take out these lows right here and target that. But what price did is, I fell asleep, completely hit stop loss, right? Now it's 2 p.m. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. It was about 5. No, it was around 3. Okay, 3. I didn't get in 1, but I got in 2 positions. 1 for a 0.5 and 1 for a 2R. So I got in 2 positions right here, right? Mind you, I'm already down 0.5%, right? Because of the trades I won. So I'm getting in, and I immediately got stopped out, right? Mind you, I'm still bearish. So I'm just like, okay, why didn't the market, want to keep going lower to take out those lows? And that's just something that, comes with trading. You're not always going to win. And I realized that the only thing that I messed up on that I take accountability for is scaling in with 2 positions. Like, I don't believe this was a trade to scale in for 2 positions at all. I really don't. I could have gotten way better positions, to be able to scale in for 2 positions, but this was not one. I think the percentage gains was from GBP, or not GBP USD, but overall patience. I think that's what got to me. Last week was a very slow week, but I ended off with a 3% profitability, which ain't bad, which is not bad at all, right? If you're risking $100, you make 300. If you're risking 500, you made 1500 for the week, right? I made 3%. So it was not a bad week. And I think all week I didn't have a trade until Thursday last week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I did not trade at all. There was no opportunities for me. Thursday hit, and then Friday, my trade hit as well. Following up to this week, so it didn't hit last week. The trade hit for this week, but I ended up, letting that get into my head. Patience was the game for me that I needed to play, and I think that's what just got to me is, for taking two positions. And I do take accountability for that, and I'm aware of that. So next time it won't happen, and if it does, I'll be sure to look back and reflect. So let's see, it's around 2 p.m. right now. So we push high. We're just pushing high, right? Okay, so we're just pushing high, and so I go on the 4 hour external structure, and mind you, we're still bearish. So I'll mark up my support area, resistance area. Let me see. Okay. Mark this area up. We go to the 1 hour. So right here. So it's about 6 p.m. right now, and knowing USD JPY likes to move within Asian session sometimes. So what I see is, right, I see externally we got a low, high, low, high, low, high, and I'm expecting a low, right? Based on overall market structure. So internally, I see I'm marking up my Fibonacci from the 50% level. So we're in supply right now, right? People want to sell, okay? I see that internally we get a high sweep, right? And we also got some demand back here. So I'm like, sitting back and reflecting. I'm like, okay, let's see what market does. So we get this on the 7 p.m. structure. If I move down to the 15-minute, I see this. So this is not a bad, indicator that market's gonna go bearish, right? It is not. It's giving me a lot of confluences for a lot of bearishness. But I trade on the 1 hour. So overall, we still hit this area. So what I did is I placed a trade. Let me see if I can pull it up. Here. So I placed a trade right here up in this area, right? Price ended up doing what it needed to do, right? We're in this thing, and I'm in this thing till we fall all the way down. To catch that 4R, that would be awesome. This will be a banger trade. This will be a great trade if this hits. Right, this is a trade I could have put two positions on, right? Why? Is because we're overall bearish, right? We came up above the 50% level up into supply, got a reaction after this first candle. So, and we took highs, and we hit a previous supply zone. So, that's plenty of confluences to, go bearish. Overall, great trade. Great trade. Let's see. Let me see. I originally wanted this trade to go for at least a 1.5, and I was gonna close up here, but I notice a lot of the times that my trades that I have that are going with the trend, I don't I mean, I go for the lows, but I notice I pull out a little bit earlier if it's taking time. If it's taking its time to, go down. So I'm just gonna sit back, reflect on this one, and see what it does. See what it does. Other than that, I took 2 losses and I'm down 0.5%. All right. I took 2 losses and I'm down 0.5% after that GU trade. So. Oh, can't forget that US 30 trade. So I'm actually down, let's say 1%. 2, and then I won 1.5. So 1, 3, and then so I'm down 1.5%. And then I took 2. So 1.5 plus 2 more is 3.5%. I'm down. So currently I'm down 3.5%. Right? 3.5%. So if this trade hits for a 4R, I'm set. I'm set to be profitable for the week. Pretty crazy week. I feel like I got into multiple positions that I shouldn't have gotten into that really cost me. Other than that, on our volume fixed range, this area right here is very, very strong. Very, very strong. That's why we got so much momentum. Right? And we rarely got any, volume within this area. So I'm sure price will come down, have a small reaction, and just crash. I'm not gonna say it's going to, but it's a higher chance of price actually doing it. So I just want to see what happens and see what we can get off of this. So. But other than that, I think that is it for the video. Like I said, I just wanted to go over the trade with you guys and let you guys know what happened and let you know my thought process behind that and the trades that I executed. But other than that, that's it for the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Be sure to subscribe if you like this type of content, and make sure to leave a like and comment anything that you guys want to see feature wise, or basically how I go for my strategy. I'd like to put more content out there. Just give me a heads up on the comment and let me know what you guys like to see. All right. I wanted to get back on here and let y'all know I got into this position. All right. I got into this position and I want to take this down. I want to take this down all the way. I believe it's gonna come down. If it has a reaction going up, I will have my stop loss at break even. But for sure, I want to take this down right below this low and just continue down. If that can happen, I do see price just falling. Right. So, looking back at it, overall structure, just like I did USD JPY. Overall structure is bearish, right? So we have a breaker structure to the downside. Price came up, came down, came back up, tried to break a high, rejected, and then push back down to break internal structure. So we'll see what happens. I do like this area to have at least just a little pullback or something. But if it reaches this level, I would say it created a gap in the market. But if it reaches this level, I'm putting my stop loss at break even, or probably even the halfway point, and letting it ride. Other than that, we're gonna see what market does. Yeah, I want to see this go bearish. I really do. See this go bearish. So I'll update you guys on the next video, and if you see it right away, just comment down in the comments and let me know if you get into this trade, right? Right. Overall structure is bearish, and I can definitely hold this. I'll definitely hold this if I need to. I mean, I could target the 1-4. 1-4 is phenomenal. That's beautiful. But if this could break this low, definitely, that is a great trade. But other than that, I'll update you guys on the next one. All right. Peace.